Welcome to Granny Shift, and I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And this is minute 3 of Fast and Furious, the 4th installment of the Fast and Furious series.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I was kind of impressed, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With Han?
Well, okay. There were some things here that were a little over the top already.
Yes.
Should we go over them?
Yes, sure.
All right. So maybe we'll just point them out as they happen.
Okay.
So
Right.
Han's driving the truck with the big wheels
The old
in the
one.
back.
The
The
big-
old dually that doesn't have dualies in it.
Right.
He whips it around and throws it in reverse. I thought they were going like 60 miles an hour. 'Cause There's
Yeah.
a lot of wind and stuff.
And it's just like, Han is so cool, right? Like, you
Yeah.
wouldn't even thought that he was
Calm.
doing anything like this. He's, like, so collected and...
Yeah, but you know how hard with those giant tires on the back? Yeah, pause it here. You know how hard it'd be to spin that around nicely and end up backwards and then throw it in reverse and then continue to drive backwards at speed?
And be able to steer it at that speed.
Yeah, he's got his like the old dad backup look. His arms up on the seat.
Right,
He's looking
right.
over his shoulder, and he's driving in reverse. And the girl, who we don't know her name yet, except you know her name because you remember everything.
No, I made that up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I made that up.
She climbs out the back window, and
Crawls across the bed.
Yeah, and Han's backing up closer to the trailer. And on the back of the trailer, there's like this hook where they like latch farm equipment together
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
conveniently. And they have a flip down, what do you call this? I don't know. It's almost like a tow truck has, but it's like a V. And on the end of it's a hoop. And she flips it back. And the hoop comes down perfectly onto the hook, which is ridiculous.
The tanker has the hook, and the truck that Han is driving has the like latch thing. It's like I don't know what you call that.
But he has to be within a half an inch front or back and perfectly lined up
Right.
left to right for
Mhm.
this hook to latch in, their hoop to latch into that hook. And she tosses it down and it does.
Yeah. She gives it. She doesn't even like wait. She just like, okay, here we go. Throws it. Lines up first try.
Perfectly. And they're like, yep, we're good. And now it's Letty's turn. And she jumps down from the top of the tanker onto the hook of the
The tongue of like the second
tongue.
from the rear tanker.
Right. And she pulls out her little spray gun we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Which must have like CO2 or something.
What is that? Yeah. What do they freeze stuff with? Like instantly freeze. I was gonna say dry ice.
Yeah, CO2.
Okay.
So, but CO2. All right. So basically, she sprays this on the latch until it gets so brittle it breaks.
Right. Well, she takes a hammer to it.
Yeah, it gets really cold, and then she hammers it and just shatters.
But the driver doesn't know this is happening. The driver of the tanker, he looks in his mirrors and doesn't see anything.
Right, because the cars are all lined up with him.
Right.
He's distracted by Dom, and she's in between the tankers, so he can't see her.
Right now, is Han in neutral, I guess, just like along for the ride?
Getting pulled.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he would have to keep the front wheels completely straight.
I did like they put that sound effect in when he threw it in reverse. That like, because
right.
transmissions have that whine in reverse.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. But I found this a little ridiculous that she could freeze. That's a forged steel part. That would not get brittle very easily. She should have just brought a wrench and unbolted
Yeah, there's
those
not even
4
bolts, yeah.
bolts.
Or nuts. There's not even nuts, yeah.
Or just pull the lever up and unhook it or something, right? I don't know.
Yeah. So she's freezing the hook connector. I don't know what you call it.
And now the trucker's swerving because he's like, why
I
is
think
this
it's because
guy
he's
in front of me?
Right. Because Dom's, I guess, slowing down in front of him.
But he's swerving back and forth, and she's just standing on this tongue here. You know.
It's a little dangerous having that nozzle so close to her neck. I thought about that when she put it back up there.
It's true.
I'm like, oh, that could damage you.
She hooks it on her shoulder. It was cold enough to freeze steel to the point of breaking, but she's just resting it on her shoulder.
Yeah.
Then she hits it with her little 2-pound sledge.
Yeah, not a big hammer at all.
First hit, busts, and this is the part I was impressed in. I was like, oh, they're going to steal all these tankers with that little truck. Nah, they only took 2.
Right.
I'm
But they got 2 trucks.
Oh.
So I'm guessing they're planning on taking 4.
Oh.
They'd only lose one, right?
We didn't get there. I was thinking they'd take 2, and the driver, and then Dom would leave, and then the driver would be like, oh, and just keep going, and they would leave with 2, and the guy would get to his destination 6 hours
3.
later. That would have been smarter. I should do this.
But why would you only take 2 when you could take 4?
I'm really interested to see how they hook up now, because she just busted the latch on that.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Well, back it up. Did she bust the tongue, or did she bust the receiver? Because they need to hook up to the receiver.
Yeah, whatever is, like, this should have like a hook here, right? This falls
that's
onto?
what they dropped the other one into. I don't know. And
I don't know.
there's a way to unlatch that, because they're going to need to unlatch it to put the new one in.
Also,
If you're right, you might be wrong.
Also, how I saw a hose on the last thing. I'm like, do these have anything going from one to the next?
Right.
Like I feel like
Air
trailers
brakes.
usually do. Yeah, some sort of brakes or something.
Yeah, that didn't rip, or maybe she did the quick disconnect on it. We didn't see it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where the minute ends with them hauling 2 tankers away, and she's climbing up.
Oh, she's not leaving.
No,
See, I was
yeah.
like, Dom's gonna pick her, and they're off. They're happy with their 100,000 gallons of fuel.
Yeah. Nope. Greedy. Just like the lizard.
Yep. 20,000 gallons. Sorry.
Yeah, each one is 10. Yeah.
They're coming for more, but there's 3.
What do you mean there's 3? There's 3 left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they let him have 1.
Oh, they'll leave him with 1,
Yeah, I
and he'll be like,
guess.
man, why is it so light?
Unless the Grand National takes 1 yet.
All right, so we need to figure out, are they taking more? And what happens when they get to the end of the 4 kilometers?
Also, is this easier than just commandeering the truck?
Right.
Getting in front of the truck with 2 cars in both lanes, slowing down to a stop.
Making the guy get out.
Hold
Drive it
him at gunpoint, take him out, and then just drive off the truck.
Yeah. I agree. Good question.
Thank you.
We should get into gas theft.
Now would be the time, for sure.
Yeah.
They're the lowest they've ever been in the last 6 months. Gas prices.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Biden.
Thank you, Biden. And that is it for minute 3. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember,
Winning's winning.